In our journey through Lent, we've now arrived at Good Friday of Holy Week, the day we remember that Jesus, his death on the cross. And I want to go back a chapter in our journey through Kings. We've been looking at Elisha, and Elisha's name means God saves, and all the way that God uses him to save people, reminding us of the ways that God has used Jesus to bring us salvation. And in this passage, 2 Kings 3, um, there's a battle about to happen. So a long build up, real short, three armies, Judah, Israel, and Edom, are going to fight against Moab. And they have picked this wilderness to draw them into battle. And they have to travel for 7 days. And it tells us they don't have any water. And so they're pretty desperate. And they think God has led them out to this battle to kill them. And he's led them to this battle, but they're going to be defeated. So they call on Elisha, and Elisha ends up giving them a prophecy. I encourage you to read the whole passage to see the whole thing. But Elisha tells them that the dry valley they're in is going to be filled with pools of water. This is verse 16. Verse 17 says, "You will see neither wind nor rain, says the Lord, but this valley will be filled with water. You'll have plenty for yourselves and your cattle and other animals." And then he prophesies that this is a small thing. This is a simple thing for God. Um, the big thing is he's going to bring him victory. And so um, they're stuck here in this wilderness. They haven't had water for 7 days, and God says it's not going to rain. There's not water that's going to fall from the sky. You're not going to find not going to break a rock open like in Exodus. You're not going to magically find some oasis here. Nope. I'm just going to bring water in a dry valley. And the next morning they wake up, and it says that the next day it was at the time of morning sacrifice, the time that they were supposed to come out and kill an animal and part of their worship of God, and water appeared. It was at a time where there was death that God brings life. And as I read that, I just felt that that was uh, what happens on Good Friday, that the crucifixion, this death, is what God uses to bring life to his people. What the world sees as death, God brings water to the deserts of our life in. He brings life in ways that we can never produce, and at the moments that we least expect it. There's um, nothing that causes it. There's no rain. There's no human solution. Only God can do this. But that's not the end of what happens. They get enough water, and um, Moab hears that they've all gathered and they're ready to come out for attack. And it says that they wake up and the sun is shining on the water. And when they see the water, it looks red. They think it's blood. And so they go out because they think they've all killed each other. They've turned on each other and fought. The water that God uses to bring life looks like blood to the enemies. What the world sees as death, God uses for life. So to Israel, to God's people, this is life. To Moab, to the world, this is death. It's the same thing, the same moment, the same miracle. And there's two different perspectives. When Jesus died on the cross, it looked like death, but that moment actually meant life for us. At the time of sacrifice, God was doing what no one else could see yet. He was bringing life to a dying world, bringing living water to a world dying of thirst. And so you might be in that moment of desperation today. You might be in that wilderness. You might feel like you're dying of thirst, and your heart is parched. Your soul is dry. Your spirit is empty. It feels like nothing's happening. No rain's coming. You don't see how you're going to find the life that you need. But the cross is a reminder that sometimes God is doing his most powerful work in the moments that look like loss. That what looks like death to us is what God is using to bring us life. And so may you find hope in the cross today. May you see the extents that God can go and the power that he can display to bring you life where there is no hope of life in this world. As he emptied himself on the cross, may you find fullness in your emptiness today. May you find life where the world sees death.